So, were slaves used to take care of animals? Yes. One of the things that they had to do was clean up the poop. So, is dog culture like slavery? Like all these dogs that we have to spoil and clean up after. Who owns these dogs? Is it like Satan or something? Because we're all slaves, like black or white. We are all enslaved to this nasty dog culture. And if you look at what the slaves had to do, take care of the animals for the rich white people, this kind of sounds like modern slavery. So let's go over to the breeding. So were slaves allowed to breed? No, not really. So this sounds like dog culture too. People don't get a wife or a husband, they don't get children. They only breed if they're allowed to. Like many of the people that are in dog culture, they're coerced to not get children because, well, it's just easier to get a dog. You know, it's just easier to get a dog. And so this whole thing about not being allowed to breed unless a certain rich owner of you approves it, this is a lot like dog culture. They just tell you to get a dog instead. So now let's go over to look at this Barbie. So let me show you this picture right here. So this is a black lady that is cleaning up after a dog. Isn't this a lot like slavery? Some rich white dude that owns Mattel Toy Company, aka Barbie, he's putting a picture of a black person picking up dog poop. And then this is going to coerce the children and the mothers to do this little habit. You got the two little shovels here, the little dog poops. This is what they made black people do back during the times of slavery, clean up after white people's animals. And dogs are white people's animals. These dogs right here are primarily owned by white people. If you look at the statistics on this, black people don't screw around with dogs like white people do. Even when it comes to defending themselves and their kids when there's a dog attack, black people are the ones that pick up baseball bats and golf clubs. I did a short video on this, I'll put it in the description. But you're taking a white person culture and making a black person adopt it. This is like slavery. This is like racism. So here is our rich white guy in this little story. This is the guy that says he's all about diversity and inclusion over there at the good old Barbie place. They even have a person that is in charge of diversity and inclusion. So, what does diversity mean? Does that mean that he's going to push all the nastiness of dog ownership, not just on the foolish white people that own dogs, but he's going to try and push it on black people too? That's kind of what it seems like to me. You're coercing black people to be interested in picking up dog poop instead of doing other stuff for them that would benefit their life a million times more than adopting habits of being a slave to a dog that is mostly owned by white people. So now let's have a look at this little playlist. I call this Dogs Attacking Black People and Where's SIA, NN, and BLM. Those are two mainstream groups that used to always call out anything that looked like racism. But look at all these black people being torn up by dogs, even police dogs. Mothers, fathers, children. Police dogs used to go after black people. Look at all this nastiness that is being perpetrated on black people. So, oh, and here's a story right here in the middle of the screen, the bat wielding neighbor. This is one of the ones I mentioned in my other video. White people are the ones to run off and allow pit bull attacks to happen. And I found several stories where when a pit bull attacks a kid or even another dog, black families and black men, they're the ones to grab a baseball bat and handle frickin' business. So dog culture is way more a white person culture than it is a black person culture. And all this stuff that happens to black people, when you're pushing out ownership of dogs, picking up of feces, playing with the dog's tail so the feces will come out, any black kid that sees that and thinks it's funny to go pull on the dog's tail, like how about this little infant in Arizona? Do you think maybe part of what happened to him is he pulled on the dog's tail? So our rich white guy is making these toys, and these poor black kids are partially being influenced by that. So what do you all think about this? This little picture. What do you think about my little lookups about how we had to take care of these dogs, how we have to take care of them now, and how they used to use black people to take care of the white person's animal? Because to me, right now, dogs are a white people's animal, and by putting out this little turd fetish thing with this black woman, that's just freaking sick and stupid. And I know they do it to white people too, but they're pushing dog ownership on black people with these little things. The little kid with the dog, brush the dog's hair, do all this. Like, how about you do something that's gonna help you, not a dog? We got a dog in his little poop box or his bed or whatever. This is just a black person taking care of a white person's product. This is the product of Mattel, and you're making the black person think that this is what's cool, to take care of the white person's dog. So yeah, to me this is like racist. To me this is like slavery. We're being enslaved to take care of these dogs, and who is doing this to us? See you guys later.